And now we are here with running back R.J. Wilson. A little bit more than a running back. You catch the ball out of the backfield. You return some kicks and stuff. I know is what you did last year for us. Now camp's been going on. We're a week away now from the kickoff. Talk a little bit about how camp has went and kind of what you're expecting from yourself and the team this year.
Camp started out kind of iffy. We was started out kind of ugly. We went all on the same boat. But now we starting to come together, play as a team. I'm getting the younger guys ready, so if I do go out, me and Jamal go out, they can step up and play also.
Okay, now you are one of the most game experienced running players in the backfield. You played in the 5 games we had last year in that very different season. We're back to a full 9-game schedule this year. Talk a little bit about how making that transition back to a full 9-game schedule has helped you prepare more and to help get those young guys ready for a long season.
Yes, sir. Last season was kind of, everybody know they didn't like that. We didn't have many games. But them games prepared me to prepare the younger guys to be ready because they never know what's gonna happen. We can go out, have another COVID season. COVID can strike, but I know what to do when that happens, so I can get the younger guys, ready for that if that ever do happen again.
Okay, well, now last season, like I said earlier, you did return some kicks and caught some balls out of the backfield and ran the ball with some success at all 3 facets there. Talk a little bit about what you've worked on yourself to get yourself better, to be able to execute all 3 of those parts of your game better.
Yes, sir. I worked on getting my speed even more fast, Last year, I worked on returning more kicks, catching the kickoff returns, and I worked out catching the ball out of the backfield more. As Coach Cook, we do that a lot. So I've been working on that also. Instead of just running the ball over and over, I've been working on catching the ball and catching kickoff returns also.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about, since you are in that backfield, talk a bit about your offensive line, because we all know running backs are only as good as their offensive line. Talk a bit about what you've seen from your vantage point with how the offensive line is shaping up this year.
Well, we started out kind of, like I said, iffy, but now they starting to come together, move faster. Last year, we kind of started slow, but it stayed slow. This year, they finally starting to come together, and, they moving the defensive line nowadays, so they starting to come together as a team now.
All right. Well, lastly, I was out at the scrimmage for a little bit. It just seemed like you guys on offense were starting to click, like you said. Talk about some of the other youthful running backs or wide receivers that you've seen, the skill guys. Talk a bit about a couple of them and what you expect to see from yourself and them this year.
Well, we got Braylon Miller. He's a younger back, just came in. He's starting to click now. He can help us a lot. We got Eric Watts, really fast guy. He can help us in the backfield, our catching passes, screens, and he also can play receiver. We got Jay Webb, tall receiver, can go up and get the ball. We got a lot of more younger guys in the backfield and also a receiver that can help us. Can't name all of them, but yeah. Basically, the whole backfield and receiver court, come together, and they do come together. We got some pretty talented guys.
All right, RJ, well, thanks for your time and best of luck this season.
Yes, sir, thank you.
And now we are joined by sophomore wide receiver J.J. Daniels. All right, J.J., we are a week away from the season. Camp's starting to wind down, but talk a little bit about how camp has been going there for the wide receiver corps.
Camp's been going great. We got a great new core going in. We got a couple new guys that's filling those roles that like Quay Davis, and he's gone. We got a few guys to step in the role and take that place for him.
Okay, well, you mentioned Quay, of course, going on to Ole Miss now after his time here, which we look for, of course, big things for him down there in Oxford. But talk a bit about how playing with Quay last year, as well as some of these other guys who are returning. Talk a little bit about last season and how you're able to translate that into this season.
Last season, it was pretty great. We had a good core, but this year we got an even better core because we got a few new guys like Jalen Webb and DeQuan Smith. He's a pretty good dude. All them guys, they factor in on each other. Do a great job together.
All right, now you talked about some of that wide receiver core this year and how y'all been getting to know each other at camp and stuff. Talk about the battles y'all been having, that healthy competition, fighting for a position spot and everything. Talk about how that is meshing with you guys.
But throughout camp, we've been fighting hard, fighting long and hard, fighting through the terrible heat we've been going through. But we've been fighting hard enough. It's been great competition, and we just good enough to fight battles and keep going forward.
Okay, now talk about this year will be for a lot of guys like yourself, will be the first time you played a full 9-game schedule with the 5-game season last year. Talk a little bit about how you're helping prepare yourself as well as some of these younger guys for that full game schedule.
You know, last year I wasn't as healthy. I had a high ankle sprain, so I really didn't get a full season like we did this year. But hopefully I'm staying healthy, you know, try to bring up some younger guys, you know, that fill those big roles that we need to take forward too.
Okay, well, lastly, let's just talk a little bit about the excitement level of the team as you guys head into the season and get into your first game week. Talk about how excited you are, how excited the team is, and how ready you guys are to strap it up and get to playing.
Man, I'm so excited. We've been at it since this summer. We just ready to play somebody else, and we've been hitting on each other since forever. We're just ready to go, ready for next week.
All right, JJ, thank you for your time and best of luck this season.
All right, thank you.
All right, we are now joined by sophomore offensive lineman Javonte Woodall. Now, Javonte, season's about here. I know you guys are excited. I know you're excited. Let's talk about this offensive line. I know we got some experience coming back this year. Talk a little bit about how camp's going, how you guys are meshing, and how you guys are competing for spots out there.
Well, on the offensive line, it's rough being one and turning 3 defensive guys and everything, hitting them big fellas. As offensive linemen, we got to come together and make sure that we do everything we have to do to make sure we do good this season.
Okay, now with that experience coming back on defense is definitely making you guys better, that's for sure. But talk about yourself and some of the other returning offensive linemen and what you guys are doing to help get these young guys trained up and ready for the season.
Well, I try to keep on top of that game, was running to the ball and everything. It's me, other the offensive returning guys. We try to stay on top of the freshmen to make sure they run to the ball and make sure they communicate to each other.
Last season, in that shortened season, when our offense, we averaged around 360 yards a game, which is good. And, of course, that always starts up front in the trenches with you guys. Talk a little bit about what the offensive line has done to make those skilled guys better. What have you guys been working on to make sure those guys can keep putting up yards?
What we do, we work on our screens a lot to make sure we get out there, keep the blocks for them, stay on our blocks. They stay on their blocks too, come to running the ball. We all work together and keep our blocks up.
Okay, well, let's talk about you for a minute and just talk about what you've been doing in camp and in the offseason to help get yourself better, to help make that offensive line better.
Okay, well, me being a sophomore, I had to step up more and keep the offensive linemen on the right track with double teams, blocks and all. Off-season, feet work is more important, stay on our blocks and all.
Okay, well, with the season almost here, talk about that excitement level that's in the locker room and with yourself and the other offensive linemen. How excited are y'all to get ready, get the season going, and get out there and try to win us some ball games?
Very excited. We're going for a ring this year.
I like the way you think on that. All right, Javonte, thank you so much for your time. Hope you have a great season.
Appreciate you. You too.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.